Good evening. Briefly, here are your charts for the coming up week. It's the Standard& and Poor's, ES, the Nasdaq, and the YM. You can see all three charts are in a really very solid and very steep run up. Um, it's really has the mentality changed, the momentum has definitely changed. So we're going to want to pay attention to how well these prices and these locations hold up for the rest of the week. And this is the first time since I think April that the ES is above the 200 and it becomes whether it's going to hold. And you can see that this trend line is pretty much coming fairly close to that level. I think it's the 200s coming in at 39.85, and the overnight low or the MLK today low is actually Monday. My apologies, is 39.97. So anything under 4,000, you're going to want to watch closely and see how well it holds this trend line. Even if it punches through and if it holds the 200, it's an opportunity to look for a long, with confirmation, of course, because this is kind of a tilting point for this market. If it's gonna fail, it's gonna fail under the two. But right now the market's showing promise. So ride the Momo, and you want to trade with the opportunities to the upside. I believe tomorrow's daily pivot is coming in at 4,002, which is right at 4,000, which is always a significant location. So I would watch for anything that comes near that in an early part of the trading session. It's opportunities that you can take advantage, much like there was one, I believe, at some point last week you got a gap lower, and it was a golden opportunity to fill it back up because the momentum was positive. You had to believe that they were going to go, and they did it with relative force. You can see the Nasdaq has been on a nice run. So that once again, this is super steep, and they're well below their 200 because they're lagging. They've been just getting beaten up, and you can already see that their overnight low has tapped this trend line. So that this low is in for now. We'll see whether or not it holds. That's the area I believe that's around. My apologies, I should have this down. 11,560 in the Nasdaq, and here in the Dow, you can see how well it's all. Look how nicely these charts have just match each other. So, and the low here would be to pay attention to would be about 34,180. That's what a trend line's coming in. It's also got a Fibonacci level, and my Fibonacci's are pretty wide. It's based on the highs and lows. So, who knows? Anyway, this is your move. This is your play for tomorrow. Once again, 4,002 in the ES. I believe I have S1 at 39.79, which comes in beautifully at the 200. So if you get some wild, out of crazy sell off overnight or at some point tomorrow early, it's a golden opportunity to look for the reversal long if it confirms. I would believe that if this market is good, they're gonna build it from there. And the same holds for the rest of these. So you can see this moving average is coming in right in here. For the Nasdaq, for those of you who trade the Nasdaq, and I think oh, it's not too far from the low I mentioned earlier, which was a trend line they made. So you can see how price kind of held it. So this is just a another way of kind of looking at the extreme areas to see where the how to play it if the market gets here. And the same holds true. Although momentum is super strong to the upside right now, you want to look for weaknesses on any real hard run up into the extreme resistance levels. I think if the market is for real, then the market is going to prove it at every possible location. So, this is how you look at it. These are opportunities. If you get momentum changes and turns, and 4041 is the number in the ES to watch for going up. And once again, all the supports underneath by the 200. So this is your outlook for the coming up week. I don't know if it's really going to be about earnings now. I mean, if the feeling here to what price is telling us is maybe the market's just kind of getting over this whole Fed thing. because they keep eating everything up and keep pushing it. So there must be some content. So I would have to assume anything right now is going to be based on earnings. So pay close attention to that, how that plays out, and how well the market reacts to it, and whether or not we'll have issues this first quarter. But right now they're moving it. They're above the two. It's pretty bullish. So we'll see if it holds on. For that, you guys have a good luck this week. Be patient. Be consistent. Take care.